The bizarre luck to catch a 9-foot sturgeon fish among the other river monsters. Ever wanted to fight a 9-foot sturgeon fish? Can you imagine the unusual circumstances that led a fisherman to such an amazing capture in a river full of dangerous river monsters? Join us as we explore one angler's incredible luck and thrilling encounters with nature's most amazing creatures. Will you believe in the impossible? After departing the harsh environment of Alaska, the fishing experts' passion for exploration took them to new vistas along the border of Oregon and Washington, close to the majestic Columbia River. They were intent on catching the elusive white sturgeon because they wanted to prove to themselves that they could take on new and difficult fishing challenges. When compared to the wild landscapes of Alaska, the majestic flow of the Columbia River and the plethora of aquatic life that it supported served as a striking contrast. The fishing experts were full of enthusiasm and anticipation as they looked forward to the possibility of catching one of the prehistoric giants that lived in the river. They wanted to experience the excitement of engaging in a contest of strength and wit with these ancient beasts, which were famous for their enormous size and formidable strength. They felt a profound connection to the natural world and the excitement of the pursuit as they experienced anglers cast their line into the churning waters of the river, which were surrounded by stunning landscapes and the soothing sound of the river. Along the banks of the Columbia River, this next stage of their fishing adventure promised to bring them opportunities for amazing experiences and the chance to build memories that would last a lifetime. The fishing professionals are highly skilled in their trade and adopt a tactical strategy while maintaining a deft level of tact. The fact that they went for a thin, braided line that has an impressive breaking strain of 100 pounds demonstrates how dedicated they are to achieving their goals. This customized line not only has extraordinary strength, but also has very little stretch to it, which improves its capacity to detect even the tiniest nibble. The lack of considerable stretch guarantees that every movement and signal from the fish is communicated directly to the sensitive hands of the angler, offering crucial input and empowering them to make rapid, accurate maneuvers. This ensures that every movement and signal from the fish is relayed directly to the sensitive hands of the fisherman. These fishermen stand out from the crowd because of their wealth of knowledge and their access to top-of-the-line equipment, which enables them to manage the challenges presented by the waters with ease. They constantly reel in impressive catches, leaving other fishing fans in wonder about their skills and in awe of themselves for their great awareness of fishing techniques and the advantages of utilizing the appropriate gear. Because they have a real concern for the health of the fish they catch, they have decided to fish with hooks that do not contain barbs as part of their effort to develop fishing techniques that are both environmentally friendly and responsible. They are able to engage in fishing in a manner that is not only more compassionate, but also safer since they use barbless hooks, which lessens the likelihood that they will inflict unneeded pain and suffering on the marine life they catch. They will be fishing in waters that are roughly 80 feet deep at their chosen place. They demonstrate a profound comprehension of the fish's natural habitats as well, as the manner in which they behave by carefully dropping their bait into the depths with measured precision. This tactical maneuver boosts their chances of attracting the species they are after, showcasing not only their talent as fishermen, but also their dedication to preserving the delicate balance that exists within the undersea ecosystem. They established an example for others to follow by utilizing such considerate fishing techniques, which inspired a collective effort to protect marine life and promote sustainable fishing practices for centuries to come. Anxiety and excitement flooded their bodies as they prepared to lower their line into the placid waters of the river. They hadn't been fishing for very long when they suddenly felt a tremendous tug on their fishing rod. They were overcome with joy as they expertly reeled in their catch, which turned out to be a spectacular white sturgeon measuring 5 feet in length. While this was undeniably a remarkable accomplishment, there was still a glimmer of hope within them for an experience that was much more momentous. White sturgeons are noted for their enormous size since they are capable of reaching a remarkable length of 20 feet at full maturity. As the day passed, they couldn't help but think about the chance of having a direct encounter with one of these imposing giants in their majesty. Their resolve was inspired by the sheer prospect of facing up against such a gigantic fish, which would put their strength and determination to the test. Their hope and confidence grew with every successful cast and catch. The 5-foot sturgeon was a magnificent prize, but the intrigue of a potential encounter with a giant sturgeon continued, driving them to continue their search along the rippling currents, eager to explore the depths of that elusive monster of the river. The brave fisherman finally prevailed after a half hour of arduous combat with the giant river beast, as they brought in his impressive catch, a massive 9-foot sturgeon that hit the scales at an unbelievable 300 pounds. This beautiful aquatic behemoth, whose age is estimated to be around 80 years, displayed its age and wisdom through its ancient appearance and size by virtue of the fact that it was so large. As the fishermen stood next to his enormous catch, they became acutely aware of the rarity of the occasion as well as the significance of the moment, and his face lit up with excitement and pride. It was a credit to their talent, patience, and pure tenacity that he was able to catch a sturgeon of this magnitude. This accomplishment was no ordinary feat. They couldn't help but feel a strong sense of respect for this living relic of the past as he observed the ancient fish, which they considered to be a living relic. After a brief moment of amazement, they very carefully released the sturgeon back into the water, hoping that this wonderful creature would continue its journey through time, unaffected by the contemporary world. The gathering of knowledgeable individuals came together around the table, all of their attention being directed toward the special characteristics of the sturgeon. As they looked deeper into the distinctive characteristics that distinguish this prehistoric fish from others, an animated discussion filled the air. The unusual lack of teeth on the sturgeon was one of the initial characteristics that drew their attention to the animal. This fascinating adaptation aroused speculation regarding its eating habits and the development of its highly specialized diet. As they carried on with their conversation, a further distinguishing feature came to light: the cartilaginous skeleton of the sturgeon. The specialist thought about the potential benefits that this adaptable framework could provide, drawing parallels between it and the bony structure that is typically found in most fish. There have been hypotheses put forth that link this quality to the sturgeon's amazing dexterity in the water and its capacity to traverse across a variety of aquatic conditions. After that, they focused their attention on the magnificent coat of armor that the sturgeon wore, which consisted of protective bony plates that adorned its body. The panelists discussed potential dangers that the sturgeon may have confronted during its lengthy evolutionary history as they pondered the circumstances that led to the development of such a robust defense. The scientists, in their quest for information, unearthed the fascinating complexities that made the sturgeon a true marvel of the aquatic world and were awestruck by what they found. The researchers and cryptozoologists have been fascinated for a very long time by the inexplicable sightings of lake monsters that have been recorded all across the world. As they comb through the numerous hypotheses and options, the sturgeon keeps coming up as a possibility that could explain the phenomenon. The sturgeon, a fish that dates back to prehistoric times and has a one-of-a-kind appearance, has bony plates running along its back. They hypothesized that these plates could be the source of the marks that seem like propellers that witnesses frequently claim to have seen when they claim to have seen the lake monster. There is a possibility that the sturgeon's large size and primitive characteristics could lead to misinterpretations and legends if it were viewed from afar or through murky waters. They are not so quick to write off the sturgeon idea even if it is still in the speculative stage. The fact that these aquatic organisms are capable of reaching considerable lengths and live in a wide variety of freshwater bodies across continents lends credence to the theory that certain lake monster sightings could indeed be due to them. They attempt to solve the mystery of these enigmatic lake monsters, one theory at a time, by conducting extensive studies and conducting in-depth analysis of the available data. Wow! Catching a 9-foot sturgeon fish was an incredible journey. Subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed it to see more.